Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mack? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Damu. The hardest part of my tongue, these niggas warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Then throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My verse is thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm jerking out through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the planks to use Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can float, they like up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans get defeated. Hot in the ride. You can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me. Cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket. My whole to the A. And I bet you can't stop us. LL bad. When I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To get that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mack coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mack Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, sorry I didn't have a show yesterday. When I tell you I haven't been that tired in a long time. When I tell you I was tired, getting back to work, going full throttle. I was literally up from, 6:45 Tuesday morning. I didn't get to bed until 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, because I got so much stuff to handle. So once, I came in and I hit that bed, it was night. Good night, Irene. It was over. So I'm back at it today. We're about to get into the video. Shout out to Torian. I seen this come across. It was funny because Torian hit me up on IG, and then right when Torian was hitting me up on IG, I was scrolling through I was scrolling through YouTube, and the video popped up. So it was part of my algorithm. So the video that we're going to go to is going to go over today. Again, shout out to Torian, but this brother Captain Diesel's dojo. You know what I'm saying? Marvel got a black superhero, black problem, has a black problem. I put superhero so we don't think I'm selling this stuff. But shout out to that brother. We about to get into his video today and see what is it. Why does Marvel have a black problem? I could think of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully you guys Friday. Hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is,
Are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
all right. And of course, if you see I got my king hat, I'm trying to get this mug to look right. I'm rocking, you know what I'm saying? Black Panther. I'm saying get some dips in. Black Panther up it. Nah. Black Panther. But everybody on the mobile side, what's up? You're gonna get the Modoc version of me. Sorry. I tried the other way, it don't work. And I still think StreamYard needs to fix this. I think this is trash, but that's my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the when they was like, "Oh, it's a wrap." Do you have any suggestions for us? Yes, in my own viewpoint, it should be long scale, long ways on the mobile side, and not this square box thing. In making it all extra big. This weird, man. It's weird. It's very weird. Well, let me see who's all in the house right now. Marley Barn, good morning, good morning, good morning. Torian Rain Reloaded, good morning, good morning, good morning. Creasha Key, good morning, good morning, good morning. Q is not a robot, the admin. What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tina, aka Minty Gazzle, good morning, good morning, good morning. You are absolutely correct about that. Keisha Ware, what's up? Good morning. Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, Junior Network. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Miss Roberta, the church auntie. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't OBS, me and OBS do not work right on my MacBook. We have a huge problem on my MacBook. So I just let StreamYard do his thing. So yeah. J. Carter, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Rosella's comments, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. I'm just gonna tell you now, because I think it's gonna come. Don't be surprised if there's gonna be a slew of grifting videos because the announcement of Laura Croft. Don't be surprised if we're exposing the grift on next week. Don't be surprised. What's up, Andre Ware? Good morning. You said it's extra small on your TV. Are you on the mobile version or are you on the regular version? Because the regular version is supposed to be regular size. That's weird. That's really weird. But yeah, watch. Don't be surprised because they are killing Critical Drinker. What's that goofball Asian dude's name? You know what I'm saying? Made it a heavy set black woman. It's like, at least it ain't this. Oh man, we was good. Andre no. My man Gray no too. They was over there roasting him, killing this dude on X, and then he gonna come to YouTube crying about losing his job. Shut up, punk. You know what I mean? And then Birdman had to get him. So don't be surprised if there's a slew of grifting videos that's gonna come out destroying the look of Laura Croft. Which I follow Boss Logic on Twitter, and he turned around and put, y'all want y'all want accuracy. It did showed her with the original PlayStation 1 version. I was dying. But yeah, these grifters are going crazy over Laura Croft because she's not aesthetically pleased. I guess she's ugly. She doesn't have big boobs. You can't go out there You know what I'm saying? And go Mr. Butcher with your, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go all butcher with it. Nasty freaks. I don't like them. So, you know what I mean? But you know who I like? My magnificent crew, man. Let's go ahead and shout y'all out. Let's get this thing going. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And again, shout out to all my magnificent crew members that hold it down for the show. And trust me, they out here looking like Carlton when he was trying to hit that game winning shot. Yeah, buddy, going all that way. It ain't it, big dog. It ain't it, big dog. So, yeah. All right. Let's transition over. Let's get into this because I got to get off of here a little early because I have I'm gonna just let you guys know. So I'm getting ready to film the Powerless movie. I want to film this in March. Yet I do have to get additional lenses for this so I could be able to shoot the film in a more widescreen aspect. So I found that in the mics that I want, and there's particular mics because they last forever, and everything, and they're wireless, but they're expensive. So I decided to get, a part-time gig to help with these expenses. And I'm gonna tell anybody, you know what I mean? Thank you guys for all your donations, the memberships and stuff like that, the super chats. But I had to go get a second job so I could make sure I don't want to be sitting up here on some Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to go build me something, I'm going to go build it. So I decided to get me a part-time job to help me fund my dream. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been last year and even the beginning of this year, it was a learning experience. It was a lot of growth, and it was a lot of understanding that I need to do, especially about myself and especially about, what's very important to me and what I really need. You know what I'm saying? Like, what really do I need in my life? And I need to, once I start having these visions, I need to accomplish these visions. So, hey, whatever I got to do, I don't care if I got to get a part-time job, you know what I'm saying? Doing security, or I'm selling hot dogs on the stick. Whatever I got to do to get some paper to fund my dreams, because I'm not waiting on nobody to give me anything. I'm not waiting for a handout. I'm going to go take it. You know what I mean? So I got to do what I got to do. I'm going to work it for a while. You know what I'm saying? Get as much money as possible and legitimately fund my dream. Because after I do Powerless, I got the second project I want to start working on. You know what I'm saying? A short horror film. You know what I mean? That the idea and everything that I have for it, you know what I mean? It then just, taking a lot of inspiration. Shout out to Amari Usher. Shout out to the brother Amari Usher. The series that he has right now, and I'm gonna pull it up. I gotta give this shout out before I get this thing started. I have to give a shout out because what Amari Usher is doing is so inspirational for me. Because it's putting a battery in my back pocket. You know what I mean? Amari Usher's video, the seven gifts between us. He had episode 3 yesterday. And I used to watch the Country Wayne skits. This dude is blowing his skits completely out the water. And these are not skits; these are actually films, and it looks good, and in the tone and everything. I ain't gonna lie, this last episode almost had me in tears. And just as a father, you will understand if you're a father or you're a father that grew up without a father. It'll hit you. And that's where I came from. I'm a father that grew up without a father. And, you know, tried my best to make something out of to try to take everything that I learned from men and try to create the father that I am now. You know what I mean? But you know, it really just hit me differently. But every time I see an Amari Usher video on YouTube, it gives me so much inspiration. Like, bro, you could do this. Like, if nobody's gonna hype you up, I'm gonna hype you up. You can do this. When I look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? When y'all not around, when I'm not on IG, I'm not on X or whatever, I gotta look at myself in the mirror and say, hey, you could get this done. So you know what I mean? That's what I'm funding, what needs to be done. And then let the chips go where they may. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, like I said, you guys, you know, once I get everything going, they get the vision out there, and it's exactly what I envision. Just want you guys to support me. That's it. So all I'm asking for is support. So again, I appreciate you guys and all of that. May Kemp, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. The original crew member, the original magnificent crew member. What's up? What's good? Six of Truth. What's good? What's good? What's good? All right. I think I got everybody together. All right, let's transition over. You already know we got to make some biscuits. Keisha Ware came for biscuits, so I came to deliver the biscuits. You came all the way over here. You just brought a biscuit meal, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead. Let's get to it. You know what I mean? I'll be right back with more of the Dre Max Show. Let's get this thing started.
Knight Rider will continue in a moment.
Them biscuits I smell, Mom.
That's my Hungry Jack.
Tommy takes one of them. Them my mama biscuits. Them my mama biscuits.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a 10-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit?
And let's get some of the mama biscuits. Who baking the mama biscuits? That's all I want to know. Who got the mama biscuits? Who got some gluten-free biscuits? All right. Y'all already know what to do. Y'all already know what's about to go on. We're about to transition over. You know, Marvel has a black problem. You know, let's see what this brother is talking about. I can't wait to dive into this video. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let me share my screen. And anybody who's watching on the mobile, I'm so sorry. Go to the regular version. Let's go to the regular version. I might just start doing the regular version because this ain't it. I'm trying to tell you. I can see it. It ain't it. They need to fix this. All right. Butter biscuits. Let's go.
A black problem. For a while now, there's been a lot of lack of effort when it comes to pushing these series that are featuring black-centered characters or black stories. And I want to kind of talk about a little bit of the issue I have with this and why I think they just don't care at a certain point. Stay around and find out. Roll the intro.
You're now
All right. So the Diesel, I'm sorry. Captain Diesel's Dojo. So shout out to Captain Diesel's Dojo. I've talked about this plenty of times. They just don't care about their black talent. You know what I mean? Especially in the climate that we're in now. Like, legitimately. Like, this is real talk. This is real talk. I'm a UAW brother. You know what I mean? The president goes and visits a plant in Detroit. One of the UAW brothers says something. I guess he called him a pedophile protector or whatever. My man gets suspended. At the same site, I guess somebody said F you to Trump and he flips him off. The president of the United States. So, and this is even before because the history. I'm sorry. Let's be real. The history of Disney. The history of Disney has been tumultuous when it comes to black people. It's been tumultuous. Just look at the way that they handled John Boyega over in Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? I keep bringing up. I had somebody tell me that Chadwick revealed that he knew he was sick, and they were going to give the role of Shuri, the role of Black Panther to Shuri. I was like, that is not true. The man asked for more money. They told him no. That's what it was. They wasn't re-upping the deal. Yeah, Chris Evans, you know what I'm saying? Chris Hemsworth, you know what I mean? Robert Downey Jr., everybody got a raise. But the guy who had a more successful franchise, yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we talked about that. You know what I'm saying? With the history of Disney going back to the Song of the South. You would never see the Song of the South. That's the black mark. But there's been that constant theme within Disney for a long time. And then even at the point where, look at the way that they're marketing a race swap character. Look at the way that they marketed Ironheart. You know what I'm saying? And people try to say, oh, no, Wonder Man is marketed just fine. No, it's not. You know more about Trevor Slattery than you do about Simon Williams. And Simon Williams is the one who's supposed to be the lead actor on the show. Where is Luke Cage at? Where's the roadie show? You know what I'm saying? Whatever it's called, I forgot. Look what they're doing to Mahershala Ali. Again, when I compare Brie Larson and Mahershala Ali, I was only comparing them because they're Oscar. I believe Brie has an Oscar and Mahershala have an Oscar or Academy Award, one of them. But they're award winners. But they most definitely got Brie Larson in the saddle, made her top and center, all of that. Mahershala Ali, Armor Wars. My bad, Q. Yes, Armor Wars. Mahershala Ali, very accomplished. You know what I'm saying? All of that, put him on the back burner and watch other people make projects in less time than they did, and they were critically acclaimed. And now we're going on the 7th year. Or is it the 6th year? One of those. I'm out. Just saying. So let's get this brother going. You got his intro. Let's go. I talk too much. Let's go.
The captain.
So this video was kind of inspired and kind of created this thought process. And watching a video from my friend Unlucky Dreamer. If you guys haven't seen his channel yet, please go check his channel out. Dude does amazing commentary and really breaks.
Yeah, I did the video on Unlucky Dreamer too.
A lot of this comic book stuff, but he was doing a video where he was discussing a lot of the issues that DC and Marvel have had in this comic book format and pushing their black characters. And I was thinking about this in regards to like all the black centered projects that the MCU specifically, because comic books are a whole different story. They'll give you like a token character every now and then and give them a run, with like the Storm run with Mwewa Adeyemi, which has been amazing. But there isn't a lot more books like that that centers a black character. But in regards to their actual shows and the MCU side of things, they've had this thing where like they have not promoted any of their stuff virtually almost at all. When you're looking back at something like the Ironheart series, Eyes of Wakanda series, a lot of people, especially me, did not even know Eyes of Wakanda came out until that shit was out for like a couple days to a week, because they soft dropped that shit in pure silence. Like they didn't talk about that shit whatsoever. And when you watch it,
and let's be honest with you, they did. And I personally, as far as the art, the stories, all of that, I had no problem with. I'm going to just keep it a buck. And I've said this on my show. I had no problems with Eyes of Wakanda as far as the aesthetics of the show, the stories that they were trying to tell, all of that. The problem was, what's up, Wavy Things? I've always had a problem. It still it takes away from T'Challa. And T'Challa it's funny. I'm still waiting for the Metropolis Forever show, or the Gotham Forever show. You know what I'm saying? Or the Central City Forever show. I've never seen, and I'm just being honest with you. Ryan Coogler is part of the blame of this, making Wakanda bigger than the king. Sorry, making Wakanda bigger than the king. I know it's a non-colonized fictional universe. You know who wasn't colonized? Ethiopia. And how many people are doing stories or any research about that? And that's for real. Pyramids, all of that. You talk about technologically advanced or whatever. You know, yeah, they might not be over there in the vein of what a Tokyo is or something. But what are y'all doing about that? Are y'all learning about that? Y'all care about that? No. So why are they making Wakanda the face of the franchise and not T'Challa? You know what I mean? So, well, actually, Bruce Wayne was a part of the show, just not Batman. So, no, it don't work. It don't count. Nope, it don't count because there was still a Bruce Wayne in that show. Even as I liked Joker, but they even had a young Bruce Wayne in that. Because you got to have some ties to Batman. You had a whole Eyes of Wakanda show that tied to Killmonger and not the King. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm complaining. Maybe I'm over here being a crybaby. Need to wipe my tears with my Black Panther T'Challa shirt.
It's crazy because the show was really fucking good. And I think that goes to show like another issue I have with all this stuff going on around the MCU and them not promoting their black shows. The stuff they usually don't promote are usually pretty solid to amazing shows. Eyes of Wakanda especially was something that was really dope and really innovative because you got to see Wakanda over the ages in regards to it in a cultural way and how the society was built up and how it was seen through the eyes of the war dogs, these secret spy agents that are seeing the inside and all the dirtiest, darkest parts of Wakanda over the years and seeing how the country has changed and the way they handle the war dogs or other outside politics around the world. And it was just,
even though that they did the war dogs kind of wrong because the war dogs do not have, you know, the Hatu Sarazi is an all-male infantry. You know what I mean? And they do not have females in there. That is comic accurate. You know what I mean? And they dropped the ball on that one. You know, I didn't think it's a bad show, but as far as like even just a Black Panther, if you're going to do Wakanda, you're going to do the mythos, just make the mythos right. Even the mythos dropped the ball on that to try to, you know, to fit into fit in something in there that's not even part of the comics. So that was, but I said that when I did my reaction video to it. I'm like, it's not a bad show whatsoever. These are the problems from a comic book accurate standpoint. This is how I feel when they just further and further and further pushing everybody away from the King of Wakanda, from T'Challa. You know, so what show is it? Eyes of Wakanda.
dope to see. And a show like this not even getting pushed was even more crazy to me because this was, like, in my knowledge, the first official appearance of an Iron Fist in the MCU. Yep. The only other time I've even heard an Iron Fist reference or shown was in the Netflix stuff that was going on, but we know as of right now that shit's not canon. So the first time we get to see a literal Iron Fist appear within the MCU was in this show. And she just didn't appear. She appeared and snuck into Wakanda and was fucking up the Dora Milaje and other high-ranking military members within Wakanda. A group,
and still, no other Black Panther showed up in this show until the very end, and there was another female Black Panther from the future, which I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you do have female Black Panthers. Shuri was one, but she wasn't blessed by Boss. But there was another female Black Panther for the past. They could have used, if that's canon to the actual story, they could have used that. No, they're just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, I know Ryan's ahead of this and he wanted to tell his own stories and they want to tell the stories that they want to tell. Well, I get that, but you know, the people who are actual comic book fans are like, what is this? You know what I mean? So
of people that we understand is really fucking elite when it comes to their martial arts and their ability to construct wars, because they have all this crazy technology that we know is way far more advanced than any other place in the world, especially at that point in time. So the fact you have things like that, other major moments within Marvel, hell, they showed that fucking Achilles was a character that was interacted with by someone that was a war dog within Wakanda. You have all these major moments in MCU history that was happening within this animated series, and you just barely pushed it. And then obviously Ironheart had his own issues because there's a lot of racial stuff behind Ironheart, because a lot of the people with that community, we know the right-wing people that were really hating the show, trying to give the show the similar treatment that they gave.
Nah, brother, you can say it, call them grifters. The Butter Biscuit crew. You know what I'm saying? The ones that put honey sauce over everything. You know what I mean? And they didn't even watch the show. They just wanted to down it because it was a black sister that was intelligent in this show. Tell it what it really is. Do it, sir.
Acolyte in regards to seeing a black woman featured in it, especially her featuring in a role that's supposed to be like a legacy takeover of the Iron Man stuff. So she got all kinds of hate. And again, that show was really dope, and it featured the first appearance of fucking Mephisto, the person who's going to be a big linchpin and like half the mystical side of the MCU going forward, more than likely. And if not, that's a whole fucking waste of that character. But I can go to assume that he's going to be instrumental in introducing characters like the Ghost Rider going forward, or even just bigger instances where you're having maybe Spider-Man in
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yeah, Mephisto's there. They have to do Ghost Rider before you could do Midnight Suns. Where's Ghost Rider? Well, Mephisto was there. You know what I mean? You gotta go and do that. Gotta bring him in.
With them in Brand New Day, possibly. I don't know. But again, these shows that are showcasing, introducing major characters and major moments aren't getting pushed almost at all. They're not getting marketed. Because we see what happens when they try to market other shows and other movies. Those shows get pushed and are in front of your face nonstop, whether that be through sports ads, when we saw Spider-Man getting promoted all over the NBA with Donovan Mitchell having his own fucking like Spider-Man colored themed shoe. And I'm like, y'all went through all this extra tedious shit to promote this show or promote this movie here.
I mean, real talk. I do got 2 Spider-Man Miles Morales inspired Jordans. I got the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and the Enter the Spider-Verse Jordans. So he's right. Oh man. He's a black, character too. All right, let me keep going. Let me shut up.
But when you get all these other shows that are going to be major, or these shows that need to be major because these shows are featuring legacy characters that are going to be taking over major roles from past characters and introducing major characters that are going to be part of the MCU going forward, you don't do so. Even with a character as big as someone like Blade, right? You have Blade, who is this character who damn near saved Marvel in its inception, regardless of going bankrupt, and after Blade really getting them a lot of money.
Not damn near, did save. Not damn near. They did save him, brother. Save Marvel's bacon bits. You know how they replayed him? I'm just saying. I can't. Well, the OG in a cameo in a movie. The other guy sitting up there on the Bunsen burner.
They were finally saved and pushed forward through Iron Man and going forward into the rest of the MCU. But Blade was a very integral character, and his movies were very integral to the MCU being where it is to this day. So you have this character who is very much so big, not just in the black community, but big as a whole. People love fucking Blade. You have this movie that is starring him, his first appearance in the MCU proper, and you have a A-list actor, an A-list talent in Mahershala Ali, an actor who is top notch. And you have all these issues when it comes to script after script after script not being correct, and pushbacks after pushbacks. If he was a priority for you, you would get like Feige would take this shit over and push this shit the fuck out. And I don't want to put all this stuff on Feige, because I do think there's a lot more red and yellow tape to kind of go through to get this stuff done. But my boy,
no, it's no. You gotta put some blame on Feige. You also have to put some blame on Disney. You have to put some blame on the executives. They know what's on there. You got to put some blame on the Marvel executives too. They know who's there. They know who Mahershala Ali is. Is it their fault? They don't think he doesn't fit into the mold what they want to promote. But yet they bring back Robert Downey Jr. because they know what they want to promote, because they think that's going to get butts and seats. You know what I mean? If it was just Robert Downey Jr. taking over for Jonathan Majors and they still called it a Kang Dynasty, nobody would care. Now that you're bringing in the X-Men and you're bringing all this, we gotta cover up this fly by bringing you this big pile of crap and this is the crap you created by bringing all this other nostalgia bait in to make you forget the doo-doo that's on the floor. This is what it is. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Feige does have a lot of fight in this and making sure that this stuff gets pushed out. And even outside of
he does have a point to an extent, but you got to look at the executives at Marvel, Disney. They know exactly. what's going on.
It getting pushed out, it's been damn near radio silence on all the fucking measures in
What's up,
regards
Justice
to
Noble? What's up,
where the show is now,
Boycott Activision?
why there's no like talk around actual production around it. I don't know. They've just been really, really weird when it comes to promotion and marketing for all these center and black shows. And what really lit the match to this powder keg of an issue that I've been noticing over the years is the recent Wonder Man series, right? Wonder Man is a character who is going to be integral, more than likely, in the bringing back of a character like Vision and having that whole thing happen. Wonder Man is more than likely going to be able to
see that he's on the same thing. They said the language is killing your spirit. Okay, well, I'll see you later, Miss Roberta. Now he's thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, that if Simon Williams is not connected to Vision and the Scarlet Witch, and the reason why I say that, his eyes is going red, they can legitimately connect him to the, if he signed up for some experiment, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the government. They actually tied in his comic book origins where his dad was like an arms dealer or they manufacture weapons. You know what I'm saying? They can actually fit him into this scenario where the government, that took over Vision's body, his father was part of that and used his son, Simon, as an experiment to use the brainwave patterns, to put Vision back online. And he has the ties. But remember, when Wanda came down and tried to basically reactivate Vision, she was using her chaos magic to do it, and it did not work. But what if that lay dormant? What if that lay dormant inside of Vision's body? So when they tried to do it, it connected the two. I say that that'd be a win. That would make so much more sense why Simon Williams has powers. And then you could tie that into, you could tie that into another Scarlet Witch project if you want to do. You could most definitely connect to West Coast Visitors. It most definitely would connect to Vision Quest. I'm just saying it's right there. It's literally right there. But let's see what they do. But I want to hear what the brother got to say. I kind of went on a tangent.
Part of Vision Quest when that show kicks off. And if they're going to use him correctly, he'll probably be a bigger part of like the new Avengers or the West Coast Avengers if that actually becomes a thing. Character is going to be around for a while. And again, a character who's being portrayed by another top-tier A-list acting talent in Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Literally the extent of the marketing around this show that I've seen is them putting up like Twitter posts or maybe an Instagram post that are like casting calls for the show, like being very meta in how they're going about doing that. And although that's cute, that's it. I haven't seen anything else outside of a trailer that recently dropped that was very much so lackluster, in my opinion. We're finally getting trailers for it, but we're getting trailers with the show coming out in like a week or two. Honestly, it feels like everything that they're going to put out up until Doomsday is just cannon fodder for them to recoup money. And they're just going to put everything before Doomsday on the back burner because it feels like Doomsday is really going to be the start of them revamping everything. But even then, it makes me kind of fearful because are they going to center any of these black or brown characters that people want to see at the forefront of all this shit? Because how are we going to have Blade coming in after Doomsday? You're going to have all this multiversal shit going on, and then you have this vampire who's a significant character. Just like, is he just going to comment on the events after the fact, or is he going to be a part of it possibly? Now, I will shut him off a little bit if Blade's a part of this stuff, and as far as Doomsday, we get to see like a cameo or see him to any extent. But even then, that's not really making up for the way you've been shafting his own solo project that was supposed to come out way before now. It just irritates me a lot in regards to that stuff. And getting into the comic side of things, again, my guy Unlucky Dreamer had a really good point in regards to comic books and how Marvel and DC to an extent have treated their black characters, where you really only get to see these black characters with solo runs whenever you're going through something like Black History Month or any other moment in time that is meant to promote them. So if the character happens to be part of,
remember, Black Panther. This is. I need a lot of my people that's anti-recasters to understand something. From 1978 to 1988. No, matter of fact, to 1988. There was not a solo run of Black Panther. He was literally eliminated. You did not see a solo run of Black Panther in the 80s. And guess what? From 1988 to 1998, they did not give us anything Black Panther related until Christopher Priest came along. They did not care. Marvel itself did not care about the character. And that's the original OG first black mainstream superhero. So what do you think they're going to do with other black characters? I said to Depp, I've said this. And I'm saying this in a softer voice. I told y'all a long time ago that the death of Chadwick Boseman was going to be the linchpin to them not giving a crap. They just give you anything. Turd sandwich, go ahead and eat it. Y'all celebrate it anyway because all y'all care about is just being black, not being accurate, not nothing else, just black. Just black. So they got smart. I just give you whatever. I'll give you a race swap character because you just gonna bet everything black anyway. We're not gonna give you character. Here's a substitute. Matter of fact, we're gonna create another T'Challa that makes no sense. They go against the code of the character and everything the character stood for. We're just gonna give you his son. It's no different than what John Ridley was doing in his run, making Black Panther look weak and pathetic. But they think you're going to want it. So because it's black, here you go. Here you go. So all I'm saying is that this is the reason why recast T'Challa and we fight so hard for these characters. Because we know what it's like, especially people who've been collecting comics for a long time. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that are really into Black Panther, that push their channels. You know what I'm saying? Even some people that, I used to be on their channels back in the day. I know that they love that character. And shout out to them for loving that character. Not going to take anything away from that. But this is the reason why they push so hard. You know what I'm saying? That's why they pushed so hard when that petition came out. They pushed that so hard and really felt that petition because it's bigger. It's bigger than anything else. But if you never show them that it's bigger than it, then you're going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe too and just going to accept whatever they give you.
The LGBTQIA plus community, they may get a little mini solo run there. Recently, we're seeing the Static Batman Beyond miniseries. It's a 5-issue series. But in regards to a ongoing run where the book runs for a long period of time and it switches hands from different writing teams and creative teams, like with the Nightwing run for DC. Funny enough, the Miles Morales run, where I think Miles Morales is like one of the only, if not the only, black character to really get an ongoing run, which funny enough is going to come to an end very soon here at issue 42, I believe. Having these characters not get ongoing runs can seem like getting really shafted in regards to looking at their counterparts. Although personally, I do believe that better quality stories come from limited series runs because you're getting a concise story that begins and ends, and it's not just going and going and going until you end up writing yourself into a corner and it's up to a writer to retcon things and start things over from scratch. I do feel like it's a little bit annoying when you see all these other white characters or more, we'll say lighter characters getting these runs that last forever. And they just, like Batman or Nightwing. And I'm like, bro, like there are certain characters that I feel like are more deserving in getting a long-term solo run than other characters, especially when you're looking at that they have dope characters. Like behind me, Bloodline is a character, again, who's Blade's daughter. So even if you wanted to do
I actually have that comic that he showed.
Ongoing one where it's you teaming up Blade and Bloodline. And this is another thing that I have an issue with here. Marvel in the comic format does not take opportunity to really boost up smaller characters in the forefront by pairing them with bigger counterparts, especially their legacy characters.
This is what I miss about the 90s comic books, because in the 90s they introduced characters that was in bigger characters, arcs and all of that. You know what I mean? So Deadpool comes along, you know what I'm saying, in the New Mutants. Then he goes on to be in a Spider-Man project. Cable, the history of Cable. You know what I mean? So, I think the only person that didn't last out of that was Gideon. You know what I mean? So, but you already know what you're getting. They don't do that no more. You know what I mean? And I miss those days. I miss the days of Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and and Rob Liefeld and all those, you know what I'm saying? All those guys from back in the day, man. In the way the comics was written and pushed back then, man. It was just, I don't know. I mean, hell, X-Men got a run for a while. You know what I mean? Man, it's hard.
You see a little bit of an attempt in some X-Men books, but obviously there's a lot of other plethora of issues when it comes to X-Men runs right now, because X-Men comics are not in a good place right now, coming off the fucking Age of Revelation run and getting into the Shadow stuff that they're going to get into right after the fact. It's not a good place.
What's
So
up,
X-Men
Rashad?
is probably one of the better examples of how it could be done. But personally, for me, the formula you want to go with is, first and foremost, get a black writer behind these stories, because obviously whenever you give a black character to white writers, it just doesn't really go well in regards to making you understand who these characters are around themselves full force, especially when it comes to their cultural influences and backgrounds. So
Just not every black writer, because I still got a problem with He Who Remains. Oh, Mr. Ridley himself and the way he treated T'Challa. I've never forgiven for that. Would never forgive him for that.
get the black writer in there. After you get a black writer in there, you get a
Well, the reason why I say that is because Hickman has always written T'Challa with respect, and he's not black. You know what I'm saying? People didn't even like Christopher Priest came back. People did not like, white Black Panther. But they wasn't letting the story go. But that was just because we've been hurt. We've been bamboozled, brother. We've been led astray. You know what I mean? So I understand, where he's coming from. But that black writer has to treat the character with so much respect.
A big name black character that people have a lot of cachet and love for, like a Storm, like a fucking Blade, like a Black Panther, even a Miles Morales, and you pair them with a smaller, lesser known or original black character. Or if you have the characters that already exist in a legacy character like a Brielle Brooks, you pair them up and you have them go through a series together, and you have that be an ongoing thing, because you're able to not only characterize and showcase a brand new character that people may not be familiar with, but you also get to play around with the idea of showcasing another flagship character that people have adoration for. Blade is a very popular character. If you write a Blade story correctly, people will come see. People were so engulfed and enamored with the whole Blood Hunt storyline that was going on within Marvel. People saw the ads for that, and some people really thought that was an actual show or a movie that was being released, because they saw Blade and all this evil vampire shit. And although that whole arc and big event kind of was a little lackluster in regards to how it ended, you saw some dope things there in regards to some characters like a Brielle getting a little bit of an appearance there. And
I mean, it was super hyped. I think I got Blood Hunt too, but I don't have the whole series. But I think I got it's over there.
It seemed like she was going to be a major part of the story as a whole, but ended up getting backseated. If you were to have a story or an arc like that, that's an event, or even a smaller story that's just that well promoted and marketed, and you have a story with the character like Brielle, who, again, at the start of the whole fucking arc or the event of Blood Hunt, was a major part. It seemed like she was going to be a major part in taking down her father, because she was one of the only people capable of doing so. But then you backseat her at the last minute and you have somebody else do it, or the other Avengers do it. I think fucking Moon Knight was a bigger influence in fucking defeating Blade than his own daughter was, when you gassed up to that entire event. So again, if you just do that shit right, insert flagship black character here, and then you insert legacy or smaller or original character here, write a dope story, you can get a lot more positive reception. Those books will sell. I promise you they'll sell. If you don't think they'll sell, look at Absolute Green Lantern. Absolute Green Lantern is fucking selling off the shelves right now, because the story is amazing, and the story is centering art and designs that are, one, featured and done by a black person, and two,
I wonder why Rob from Comics Explained covering Absolute Green Lantern. Y'all put in the comments to let me know, is he covering Absolute Green Lantern? For some reason, I'm not getting his notifications at all. But just let me know if he's covering that story. And Xavier, they could have came up with a script. They could have came up with a lot of stuff. You see, they're continuously making stories in comics. You're telling me you couldn't take a comic story and make it in a big screen adaptation to it? Yeah. Oh. Exactly. So, yeah. I don't know.
Featuring a black character. You cannot tell me you know who Sojourner Mulane was before you read the Absolute Green Lantern stuff. If you read Far Sector, sure, if you're like a really big comic fan, you're in depth with that stuff, but the casual fan has no idea who the fuck that is.
Dirty Joker, you
just now picked up the Absolute Comics, or maybe saw a video from a bigger creator like Blur Without Fear or Comic Historian or Comic Explained to do a video on Sojourner Mulane. We see proof of concept in other stories, because right now Marvel DC is kicking your ass with these sales. Absolute Green Lantern is only one part of it. You're trying to do all this crazy ongoing event after ongoing event and tie all this shit together. Just take a second. All the Absolute stuff was supposed to be a short run initially. It was supposed to be a mini series, but the popularity got so big that they just kept pushing them shits out, and they're going to keep pushing them out until the popularity dies.
And they're going to do it probably like with Dark Metal. What DC did with Dark Metal, they introduced the Batman Who Laughs until it just got ridiculous. You know what I mean? Until it just went on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? But I liked DC Dark Metal though. So I'm kind of wondering, is he talking about in that vein?
Don't see that shit happening anytime soon. And again, you saw what that looked like to an extent when you had the Ultimate Universe very much so early in its inception. When you're looking at like Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man in particular, the examples and proof of concepts are there. Just do it. I understand what it is. There's the slight bit of casual racism that's there from different comic book fans or even the people that are empowered. They just don't feel like these black characters can carry things, but we know that's wrong. I think recently Stephanie Williams talked about and posted about how she wanted to be a writer for a new Vixen series because again, Vixen just finally got announced for the DCU over at DC. And you know what's crazy? I don't doubt that they won't give her that series. And when they do, that shit's going to sell and it's going to do really fucking well because Stephanie Williams is an amazing artist. Well, amazing artist. She's an amazing writer, excuse me. And again, DC's been kicking your ass. And again, DC has their own issues with showcasing black characters, but as of late, they've done okay. They've gotten a bunch of little mini runs out there regards to the Static and Batman Beyond stuff with fucking recently, at least within the last year of the Black Lightning stuff, the Power Company, this. Like, although these are all mini series, they're getting stuff out there. Between that Absolute stuff and now possibly
that's all we're talking about. They're getting stuff out there.
Again, proof of concept. So please, Marvel, get your shit together. And again, if you disagree, let me know in the comment section below. If you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed the video to some extent, or you just want to get all the points and you can talk shit. That's cool too. Like the video. I at least gave you some content you could have fun with. And again, people in the comment section that are be racist, you get blocked. I'm not even gonna do that shit. I don't play that over here. If you disagree in a respectful manner, we'll have the conversation. I will talk.
Oh, okay. So again, shout out to this brother. For this video, I'm just gonna take a really quick commercial break, just so I can just gather my thoughts and everything, and I'm gonna be right back. Trust me, don't go nowhere, y'all. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show. Don't go nowhere.
We'll be
Right back.
It's just your mama's raisin butter biscuits. That's all it is.
Not my mama biscuits.
Whoop de doo.
Take a love to a biscuit, man.
Whoop de doo.
Okay, so what happened is one time Randy Beeman went on a trip with his dad and they picked up a lady who wanted to ride home, and this was in Kansas. And she sat in the back seat, and when they got where she wanted to go, they turned around and she was gone. And Randy Beeman's dad talked to the man who lived there and told him what the lady looked like. And the man said, "Oh, that's my wife, but she died 4 years ago." Spooky, huh? Okay, bye.
Whoop de doo.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Whoop de doo.
Good idea. Visiting the circus. Bad idea. Having the circus visit you.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. So I want to give you my thoughts on this video and what he was saying. I do agree with him. You know, on this video, Marvel has a problem. Again, let's say for the sake of argument, you want us to get behind Simon Williams, right? But in the marketing, that means the trailers, you know, the posts or whatever how much have you seen of Simon Williams to make you intrigued about the show? I don't care if he's an actor. I don't care. But what about the actual story? What have they gave me from the story that I know? All I know, excuse me. All I know right now, he's an actor with powers that he tried to hide, and Damage Control is after him. We'll be after him. That's all I know. Or that's what I'm insinuating. But I have nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this show is about. Is it going to be meta? Is it? But why? What does this tie into? Does it tie into an overarching story? Again, to me, Scarlet Witch, Simon Williams, and Vision all are, within this realm. All within this realm. If you can't connect these things, if the boys and Gen V can connect stuff from their two totally different shows, in Marvel came, I'm gonna have a huge problem. I'm gonna have a huge problem. And it has to be at least one major cameo. You know what I mean? It has to be at least one major cameo. So, I mean, for me, I don't know. I'm trying to get on board, but he is right. We do have a problem. Look at the way Monica Rambeau has not been showcased. Look at the way, Rhodey again was a Skrull, but no Armor Wars. We don't even know how he became a Skrull. When did that happen? I mean, there's so many plot threads, you know what I'm saying, that have not been woven. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I just haven't seen enough from Marvel to make me believe that they just going to be on just a straight and narrow and all that. I just don't believe it. But what did you guys think, man? What did you guys think? I wanted to do this video. Actually, I wanted to do this yesterday. I actually saved this on Tuesday, and I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to. I'm tired, and I still got stuff to do, and it sucks. I don't feel like I have enough time in my life. But, that's all the part about being an adult. So, all right, let me get you guys up out of here, man. Let me get you guys to enjoy your Friday. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mack Show. What did you think? Do you think Marvel is not doing right with their characters? Put it, or especially the black ones, put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. Enjoy the rest of your guys' Friday, man. Where's my outro at? Because you already know I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.